Welcome, everyone, to Life of Giants, part 13. We're talking about luck.
2 o'clock edition.
It's a special Thursday at 2 o'clock edition because, let's be honest, we're mental. I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel. This is Kyle Petrila. We are talking about luck. Now, I don't know about you, Kyle, but I know I am a firm believer that you build your own luck. But also, there is magic that is really helpful at times. So, I don't know. How do you feel? What's your opinions on lightning?
I don't know.
Well, we have an hour to figure it out, so this should be interesting.
There you have it. Like that guess, I just wouldn't answer questions. Yeah, luck. Fuck. Yeah, like I believe I more or less agree with you. You know, nothing's more entertaining than a talk show when two people just fucking agree with each other.
It's like that's the thing is like we've had conversations before with regards to how the universe is, right? So the idea is that basically, look, the visual spectrum is like 13 to 15% of the world do we actually see. The rest we don't. Our eyes can't see it. What's up, walkie-talkies you need? How are you, sir? So
I believe in like positive energies creating positive outcomes from the universe, and it'll come to you, and like it can come to you direct, and you've witnessed it coming directly to me more than you've ever seen me, like, I don't know, go after something and like achieve it in competition, as opposed to like me just like getting an email, you know, like shit comes to me, and you witness that happen a bunch. So if you want to call it luck, sure, let's call it luck. But like,
so the fair point is that every time, I think it's been almost consistent. Like as soon as you ignore shit, bam, you get it. As soon as you pay it attention, it's like just fucking nope. And I'm not saying that's just you specifically, but I found that for myself as well. As soon as I pay shit attention, it just I feel like everything is a cat. Like, is that, you know what I mean? Is that, I don't know.
Everything is a woman. As soon as you pay attention, she fucks off. Or
100%. Well, that's for damn sure. I've literally gotten to an argument with my wife where I start doing nice stuff for you, and you just start being mean to me. And she's like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "Yes, you are." Consistently. I'm like, all you're doing is teaching me not to do nice things for you. That's it. And it's just like, you shouldn't do that. That is what you don't want to do. You want to reward good behavior, not reward bad behavior.
See, there was Emily W. King, the TikToker who defends. She just had one where a dude was in his car and a woman, I guess he was going on a date, and she got in the car and he's like, "You look great," blah blah blah. And she's like, "Thank you. You must say that to all the women." And he was just like, "Get out of my car."
Yeah. He's like, "Nope."
Like, I say something nice, and then you respond with like some bullshit. Like, nothing. Like, because it's just gonna, and then you question my motivations or you question my fidelity in that point. You know, it's just like, get out. I don't need that. And it was funny. Like, it was just so immediate. It was probably set up, whatever, but it's just like, stand your boundaries, man. That's how you get them.
So, but this is the thing is, and listen, and I've said this to you before too, and to others too, where I'm like, "Hey, just take the compliment, stop being an idiot," and you're like, "Thanks," and you're like, because you know what? It's such a weird thing where you have to kind of and especially you and I, and if and the other cohorts in this, what does the term moderate mean? Good luck with that. But you know what I mean? Like, we all use humor. So I'm like, I'd rather be self-deprecating when people are like, "Oh, you look great." And I'm like, "You mean for a murderer?" That's fine. I understand. It's, you know,
see, like,
we always add a subtext that is usually at our own problem, right? Which is hilarious Not good for your mental health. Not good.
Okay, twofold. The first thing I said was an example of a woman not doing it, whereas with a man is a totally different thing because we don't get compliments. So it's
Also
like,
true.
yeah,
Also
yeah.
true.
And they're so expecting them to be bullshit is also on the agenda. For a long time, people called me mean just because I was going for a joke, but it would be like at somebody else's expense. So then I just switched it and
Yeah.
made fun of my own expense. And then, but
And
like,
that's worked out so well. It's
well, no, it's still funny.
funny. Definitely funny.
I get the
Definitely funny.
laughs, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, like, and I get it. Like, oh, take the comment, but like men don't get them, so how are they supposed to? And then they're usually like fake or backhanded anyway. So it's like we need to like practice that more than anybody.
All men want to be adored from far away, but not up close. That makes us uncomfortable. That's when you're like, oh, look at you, you're so strong. Be like, don't look at me. What the fuck are you doing? What's up, Serge? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, we're doing an early show because
We suck.
No, it's just easier for a schedule. I still got to go grocery shop. Listen, the thing is that I'm wondering, Kyle, what are your thoughts on this? So, Kyle inspired me to start walking, not as a baby, as an adult. So,
Twice.
yeah. So, like I am a giant baby. That's fair, but like not like that. I could always walk, but now I'm doing it for activity, exercise, something. I don't know.
And at times it would have been useful to have a diaper, but go.
I mean, that is in this past week specifically. So that being said, yeah, I've been walking 20,000 steps consistently every day. I am on day what's the date today? Is the 11th. So I have done it for 12 days straight right now. And I'm fucking killing it. But like I hurt everywhere. I sleep like a log, which is great. But like my posture is really hurting, and I'm like, so I'm trying to correct it with my walking and stuff because it's like it ends up being like 4 hours of walking.
Because God, yesterday you walked for like 6-7 hours
at least,
like a much slower day and like other shit in between.
Yeah,
but like you were talking about your shit, and then it was like I swear to God, it was like 8 o'clock, and you still had like 1,500 steps.
Yeah,
like nothing really. You'll do that by accident, just not at 8 o'clock. So
yeah, that's the thing is when I don't get out first thing in the morning, as you get done. Like so, like we're starting a course on Saturday. For gem setting, which is gonna be super cool. And that I'm like, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get steps in, but I damn well I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna see what I can do about that shit. I'm still gonna try and get at least 10,000, but like I don't know.
leg weights, an absurd amount.
I have been thinking about I have some leg weights, but I'm like, I'm not sure that I'm there yet. What are you at? Yeah, 9,997. Jesus Christ. Be careful. Those next two steps. Crucial.
I gotta hold them.
Also, do you have an answer for what does the term moderate mean?
Well, I'm extremely middle. It's a moderate. Just I am middle.
Interesting.
It's like an extra medium.
To be
the ignored size.
So, Victoria's been buying me clothes, which is great, but it's also because like I now fit in places. I can buy clothes.
Waiting for this for fucking 15 years.
Sorry, I think you made that term up. I think you did too, Victoria. Don't worry about it. Might as well put the Urban Dictionary cop.
Fine. All words are made up.
Fingos is, by the way, if you go into Urban Dictionary and look up fingos, that definition is Victoria and mine. Boom. You're welcome. I have a few other. I think I have dictator. No, not dictator.
I think that came before you, sir.
No. I had it was a good definition for a weird one. I forget what it was.
Is the Urban Dictionary something you just put shit in? Because
yeah.
Oh.
So if you have like weird like slang you hear, like the weirdest, dumbest words such as "fam," that's stupid.
And bay, yes, it's stupid.
Oh,
But, like I've used
100%.
it to look up stuff, but I didn't know I could like contribute to it.
Yeah. No, you can contribute.
Great, become part of the problem. Anyways,
I feel like you're part of the Cole's notes, not part of the problem necessarily, but that was we were talking about this with Atlas about like teaching was like when new slang starts to come around, if you want to put the kibosh on it, just start using it as an old person and everyone shuts the fuck up. And you're like,
see,
ta-da.
Atlas, step it up because I don't coming. One time it was so, remember when people would be like, "Oh, dry." They would just say
dry, yeah,
like humor or whatever. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
It was stupid, but it was like in grade like 3. It was like grade. Okay, what school I was in? It was like grade 6, 7. It was like 6 and 7 because I can't remember what school I was in. But then I was like working at Music World like 5, 6 years later, and some girl used it, and I almost died laughing. And I'm just like, that shit's still around. I'm just like, is that just like a middle school thing that washes up later when you can use all the swears? Like, it's like so dumb.
I mean, that makes sense. The extreme interceder sounds more. What the hell does that even mean? Oh my god!
I don't know. Who let this woman on here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're allowed to vote and everything now. It's crazy.
Not on my language.
I mean, so this is the thing is like, life is definitely one of those things where you have to get out there and live it. As soon as you start paying it attention, it does start doing weird shit to you. Don't do that. Go out and ignore everything and just go do something with.
Yeah, just attract, right? Like it's
and it's because you're like I've seen it, I've experienced it. It's really funny watching Kyle experience it because Kyle, being the actor, is always like, "Oh, me? How could this have happened?" Boom, and you're like, "You son of a bitch!" Yeah, it's interesting to watch it happen with him. But
that's exactly
that's exactly how it works.
That's exactly how I act. I'm often oblivious to what's actually happening in my life to me.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like people being interested in me or whatever.
Yes. So apparently, I said that I think I told you about this was that at my brother's funeral, someone went up to one of my other brothers and was like, "Oh my god, we always had a crush on your brother Dino," and he was like, "What?" And they're like, "You mean Tim?" And because my brother Tim was quite the ladies' man.
Okay.
I was fat from the beginning. I was very large the whole time. So no, that's fine. So she was like, no, Dino. And I'm like, why wouldn't you have like that? It's so weird to me when I hear that kind of stuff, where I'm like, that's insane. I immediately question your judgment, especially in high school. I was not a good person.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a girl that I liked, and so Preacher's Daughter. Anyways,
yeah,
that's interesting with me. Anyways, and no, it was funny. I found out that she liked me back from my then girlfriend later. like it was funny. Like I missed that boat, and I'm just like, it was because I was chicken and I didn't ask her out. And then and she was a little older, so that's part of it. But yeah, and then I ended up dating somebody who was honestly, she was more of my interest anyways. I just wanted like the pit stop of like I wish I had dated the one because I knew it would have fallen apart quickly, but I thought it was worth it. And then but yeah, so but like her, I actually had an inkling. Usually I don't fucking know. Like I think and then I don't, like, because I consult other people with the situations and they're like, yeah, she likes you, and then it's wrong. So the fact that I'm unsure and then everybody who tells me also is lying, or just not lying, they just don't know either. So
yeah, like
how am I supposed to know?
I was in that committee and I'm retarded. So that was your mistake, sir.
Just the only person that was retarded in that committee, but yeah, true.
I mean, like, listen, you asked, we were like, listen, this is the weird thing too, is between men and women, our perspectives might as well be otherworldly in comparison. Because like the whole idea of venting is something that I still am confused about, but I am learning how to pretend that I get it. That's about the most that you're gonna get. Like I can't, like, because I'm like, it serves no purpose. I'm like, you're just talking into the wind. Why would you do that? Just
to get it out. It's like the same as journaling, only it's verbal.
No, stew on it. Let the hate drive you.
Dude, that'll still happen. It's just I need less. Like shit.
It's more like a pressure valve. You're like, I'm just letting off some steam.
That's
Don't
all
worry.
it is. It's a pressure
There's
valve.
still more than enough self-loathing inside to keep this ship going forever. Basically, I'm a nuclear submarine of spite at this point. That's
like the other day, my my leg was like blowing up too, so it was like bad. So
that is messed up. Also, too, interceder. It means to intervene between parties with a view to reconciling differences, mediate, intercede. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to reconcile. I'm trying to let them fucking. If anything, I'm trying to burn both sides and let them both fucking fight each other to death. And then I'll just be here in the middle. I'm not a negotiator. I'm not trying to find peace. I'm trying to let other people burn. No, I'm like, let the two extremists kill each other, and then the rest of us can live happily ever after.
You know what? See, this is the weird part, right? Like the whole transition of everything that's spiraling in the world right now. It's where people are like, I'm a normal person. And then people are like, you're a fascist. And you're like, oh, we just jumped from normal to fascism? Like, is that? Oh, and you're saying going, none of this makes any sense. You're just going, fuck it, I don't care.
They don't even know what the word means. And then
also true.
Because I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's so annoying that nobody can even form a fucking argument nowadays. Like, I was literally like defending. I was called a white supremacist while defending Jews. So figure that fucking out. Like, it's like all they can do is just be like, I will tell you the most extreme name, even whether it fits or not. They're like, you're racist. I'm like, okay, I didn't say anything racist, but good for you. I can't even tell you. I can't tell you that you're a fucking woman when everything about you says woman, but you can call me a racist. I'm like, it's somehow like, it's weird because that's not my pronouns. I don't identify that way. Thank you.
Which is hilarious.
It's just fucking no, like they're fucking idiots, and we've got to stop pandering to the.
You can, I
didn't say the word, but I wanted to say the word.
Anyways. I mean, I can understand that.
The short bus enthusiast. Anyways.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Kyle. I would love to buy a short bus and then turn it into like a mini camper, but it's like all-wheel drive, knobby tires, and then like flames out the side. I mean, it could be cool. Just throwing that out there.
I would buy a short bus and drive to campuses and pick up all the protesters because.
You mean like with a cow cutter, like a scoop? You'd catch them.
Well, that's why you're my manager.
Listen, bro. You know how many times I was like, I wish I had, like, do you remember the old school, like the original Humvee, where you're like you and I probably won't fit. Like,
I was trying to get into that. I tried to get into a Humvee, the modern Humvee at Hexwood, and there was no fitting me in there.
No. Well, that would have been close to. That's probably a little roomier than the old ones. Yeah, but you're like, bro, the old ones, they were meant for somebody who's like 5'9" and like 175 pounds. That's it.
Yeah, it's funny how the warriors of the past and the warriors of the future have shrunk, because it's like my size has no advantage now. I'm just a bigger target for the bullets. Like
100%, bro. It's that's the one thing where I'm like, I was having a shower earlier because I walked for 2 hours and a bit, came home, and I'm like, awesome, grab a shower, and I was thinking to myself, did you see the movie Dungeons and Dragons, the recent one? It was a very good one.
I watched it with my father, and I watched it. Yeah, like I miss shit. So if you're gonna like pull out some specific shit,
Well,
probably
no. Do you remember the really fat dragon?
no.
Okay, well, there was a really fat dragon, and I was like, I'm the really fat dragon in life. That's I gotta slim down. I'm like, I'm a dragon, but I'm like, I'm too fat. I was too fat, and now I'm like, I'm feel good. I feel good about this whole transition. I was like, I'm not really like, and I say that not because like, because you know what, if Walkie Talkies and Neat is still watching, he's gonna send me that fucking loser kid who has like, he has blackout contacts and he keeps on pretending that he's a dragon. It's the worst, like alpha male stuff. Bro, it is horrific, but he sends it to me and it's like, oh God, it's so bad. Anyway, but I mean, like, it's like, I don't really give a shit what other people do ever until you poke at me, and then I'm like, oh, and then I'm just gonna rip your brains out. I'm not gonna just, but also I'm fat. And people are like, fat people aren't like that. I'm like, this fat person is fun.
What so why did you start walking too? Is it because so I started walking and then it started getting more out of hand and then I don't know, was it because I started dropping like pounds or is it like just you felt lazy now? Like I don't know why you started.
I don't know. I definitely felt lazy. So I also went on the scale and weighed in at over 300, which I was like, fuck that. That really was terrifying. What?
Are you sub 3 now?
I believe I am.
I think 3 is where you should not be breaking anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a wake up call. And there's the thing is too, like, everything still fits, but my my belly got a little bit bigger and I was like, okay, all right, fine. Message heard. So I've tried to tighten up on food wise and a few other things and stuff. And then I started walking just because. So this is the thing is that I haven't been getting the same results that I had from fasting. And I'm finding it there's a lot on the go, especially during the summertime. So fasting becomes a lot harder. So despite my hate and absolute just disgust with the idea of sweating, I am outside in the sun for hours a day and sweating my fucking balls off. So it's more so that, like, okay, I'm not gonna run because my joints are fucked. I'm not gonna be out here doing jumping jacks and stuff like that because also I'm still fat. So I need to create activity that's going to be developing a lot more muscle. And walking is a great exercise. So I'm kind of testing a theory on one notion. And at the same time too, when I saw you it was before I started walking, the time before that when I saw you, I think after your surgery,
yeah,
when I saw you, and we did LSD and I bullied you into doing it too. That when I saw you then, your arms and legs were so ripped. I was like, fuck, bro. I was like, you know what? My legs are okay. Then I saw your legs and I was like, fuck you, Kyle. Because they were so ripped. And I was jealous. I was definitely jealous. And I was like, well, if you're getting that from walking and you also have good color in your arms, which I am now have better color in my arms a little bit. I was like, well, I definitely want that for the summertime. Those are good things. So I'm like, you know what? It's a good idea. Start fucking walking. I'm like, okay, I know I have the track over here, and I've walked the track a few times before, and I found it very enjoyable. And there's seldom dog shit on it, so that's nice. People aren't really bad about it. Like I think there might be a few fat raccoons that take shits on there, but I don't think people clean up after their dogs usually. So it's pretty good. It's a pretty good track, and it's close by. A couple times I had to shit, so I was able to just walk home. And I was in time. Once I almost pissed my pants though. That was pretty rough.
Is there nowhere to like, between a fence and a corner or whatever? Or?
Not really, because it's so this is the thing, okay?
I've been there, so like there is a park over there, and there's like I don't know, like
there's the school area, which right now has little kids.
Yeah.
Then there's the park area, which parks are usually for children. Then there's the tennis court, also has kids classes all day long.
I suppose there's a lot more people there than the last time I was around because it's summer now.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm like, honestly, I'm pretty sure I could find coverage to like piss on a tree or something or a bush, but also I might go to jail because you're in the proximity of youth.
Yeah.
You know, that's not innocent anymore. Apparently people do that. And I'm like, oh, that's
yeah. All right, then welcome. But yeah.
I'm more erring on the side of caution.
I hear you. No, it's interesting. It's funny. Like I don't know. It was very weird. One day somebody said I was inspiring, and I was like, well, I don't.
Sure.
And I guess I inspired you a bit, but it's not like my goal. I'm trying to be better me, but
yeah, no, a war show was just an option. Just because like you are a lot lankier than I am, and you're a lot longer of a stride. So I'm having a hard time with walking, but I'm like at the same time I am getting fitter. Like my knees are feeling a lot better, my ankles are feeling a lot better. Like it's a lot, but I'm feeling good. I do want to try fasting. Like right now, I'm usually on like last night I celebrated. I had a bunch of goldfish crackers, M&Ms, and I had a couple beers.
Not a big fan of goldfish crackers.
Not at all. I don't even like them. And they weren't even
really like them either.
They weren't even peanut M&Ms. They were just regular M&Ms that we had.
Honestly, that's so funny because I think peanut M&Ms are so like underrated. I love them.
They're the best. Listen, especially okay. So listen, every once in a while, you get the stink peanut, and it happens.
Yeah.
But the thing is, even in a good peanut, like as long as like there was a batch for a while where they were like all stale. Do you remember that? Like it was probably during the pandemic, and you're like, they don't taste right. Like something's wrong with them.
I believe you think my consistency of eating these is a lot more than it is.
You forget how fat I was, okay? Like I could track cycles of foods because I'm like, listen, I'm not.
I mostly know you as post-fat Dino. Like I knew of you and we had met, but we weren't really. It's interesting. It's like you started losing weight and we aligned because it's like, oh, I was in fitness, not fitness in my mouth.
Because Kyle hates fat people. That's why.
Mostly.
Yeah.
That's why I was in the business of converting them. But now it's just easier to cut off your penis and pretend you're a woman. So it's like why improve yourself when you can just make yourself more of a nuisance to society? Go for that.
So today when I was walking, somebody started walking. So there's like a little path that goes like around one side of the track and links up with another path to go like kind of a shortcut, right? So you don't have to go on the path on the track. And I looked and I was like, oh shit, is that a transgender? And I was like, no, it's just an adolescent girl who has a mustache. And I was like, oh, ooh, that's uncomfortable. Yeah.
For your
I mean, listen, I grew up in Brampton. There was a lot of girls that needed to shave, bro.
Well, no.
Yeah, it was kind of rough.
Oh, you mean a place that's surrounded by Indians and Italians? The women have some facial hair? Yeah. Portuguese. Anyways,
you know what? It's bro, I grew up around Portuguese people too. Like I had a friend who was Portuguese, so we would see a lot of his kind, all midgets. It was hilarious. All midgets and hairy. Man, they were the equivalent of dwarves, where you're like just a bunch of hairy women. They're like, this is weird, man.
I like how this went. I thought I was gonna make the one outlandish topic and then we would move on, but we stuck with it. It's good. I like it. Exactly. Because getting canceled, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Nobody cares anyways.
Well, listen, what are you going to cancel? Oh, I can't talk? No, I can talk.
Oh, people I'm saying what the silent majority is thinking? Yeah, exactly. Sorry. I'm sorry, we're starting to get louder with our votes and our opinions because we're sick of this like bullshit that's just like dancing in our streets, corrupting
I
everything.
mean, that's how. Listen, at some point there is going to be a breaking point, right? And that's the scary.
Well,
part.
it's when they finally free Palestine, and then all the people that were gay move there, and then get a genocide against them because of their support.
Bro, I love when people are like that. You're like, bro, you would get murdered if you went. Do you not understand that?
Somebody said, I'm like,
They're like, bro, they would murder you. They would like not just like, oh, they wouldn't be nice. No, murder.
The response to this person was, how dare you think I'm so like unevolved that I can't defend somebody that might treat me badly. I'm like, I didn't say treat me badly. I said they would string you up, leave you in the street, and make sure you weren't cut down so that everybody could learn the same lesson. And then if you were cut down, they would kill them too. So, you know, like, but you don't understand because you've never gotten off of your bullshit mountain of like narcissism. So,
well, it's look, it's the whole idea. And think about it. Like, this is where I challenge people. I say, look, I believe that people deserve to be happy. I believe that people deserve to be safe, and you know, those are reasonable.
yeah.
But if your entire identity is your sexuality, you have a problem. That's not like.
But then they'll say, "Oh, that's not my." How dare you think I'm only gay? And I'm like, dude, it's called LGBTQ. It's literally a list of people you fuck, and you're trying to not be defined by who you fuck. I'm like, this is the only thing that you are defined by. And then you have a whole parade where you have a pool and a fucking idiot, and then people peeing on them. Like, this is your idea of fucking pride. Okay, great. Maybe June should just be Mental Health Awareness Month and not parading the mentally ill in the streets. But you know, whatever.
Well, this is the thing, is you're going, okay, I have no problem if people want to be gay, by all means, but I have a problem if you're gonna wag your wiener around at people. That's not
children and inviting them.
Hey, no, don't. I'm not even bringing the children into it. Just, hey, man, you're not allowed to wave your wiener around. Sorry. Oh, but I'm celebrating my sexuality. Not, you could do that at home in the privacy of your home.
I do it when I have a wife. Yeah. It's like,
hey, man, listen, I can finally see my wiener. I do it all the time. You know, dance. It's great. Okay. I don't even need an audience. I'm just like, dance for one. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. I'm celebrating my sexuality by myself.
Yeah, by myself. So it's not ridiculous. This is where the difference of opinion matters, where I'm going, no, man, like, listen, you have it's the same idea where there is a certain amount of autonomy that every person needs, but then there's a certain amount of, hey, stop fucking with the status quo either, right? Like, you have, like, with the more, so what, this is what people don't understand, and we've had this conversation before, is like, you live a very highlight life, right? Like, you're in front of a camera, you're going viral, those things are really cool. But the problem is, your real life is built on the steps you take on a daily basis that make you your character, right? Like, those are your habits that make you who you are. And you're going, that's boring. It's boring as shit, right? Just like walking, fucking boring, but great thing to do for you, right?
Yeah,
so, like, and that's why you're going, like, that's the weird part between that everyone kind of forgets and doesn't realize. You're like, you need that reminder in life, right? That you're like, yeah, the boring shit, that's real life, man, and it's boring as shit, right?
I do all the boring shit, but like, look at like, it's just like you've been building the iceberg, right? It's like most of the shit you put in to get to where you are is stuff that people will never see, and they've never seen, and they will never do, and that's what keeps them average. And like, I almost wish, like what you said, it's just like, I wish people would just be like, oh, I'm just gonna do stuff like follow what makes me happy. And it's not like, just because people always follow security, and that's not the same thing. And
it's the worst.
I just looked at my tan, and like I was saying, I was ombre the other day. Like, it's so like, My sock line, very defined. And then like from knee to calf, super dark. And then I have like white again on my thighs because I always wear long shorts. And my other leg is even more fucked up because I have a what's it called? A compression thing I put on my leg. So even the leg is darker than so one leg is darker than the other, but the other one is like just lighter for no reason.
I have a question though. Do you have any tan line right in your fucking forehead cleavage? That's the real question.
No, it runs free. I do put on face sunscreen every day.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't today. I do like almost every day. Some days I forget. Some days today wasn't necessary until I was actually fucking out there because it was overcast as shit. And then all of a sudden the sun beat down and I had a hoodie too. So it was like a whole bunch of mistakes. I got super like heated.
Oh, yeah.
It was, but because it's like you said with the dehumidifier, that might have been offline. Anyways, it was it's very like muggy and moist out lately. So it's like a little suck you dry.
You're also close to the water.
Well, yeah, but it's not like that's usually more of a cool breeze. But it was just like, yeah. But the worst is I get I'll sweat and then like the sunscreen goes in my eyes for like the rest of the day if I don't wash it off. Like sometimes I'll shower when I come home, sometimes not, and then I'll like lying on the couch, falling asleep or something, and sweat a little. And then the fucking just burns.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then it's like it's not even a quick problem. Like it's like this is gonna be the rest of my day type thing. It's like because I guess I don't realize that just go like I'll use Kleenex instead of just like going and washing my fucking face. But you know, oh man.
I mean, well, so Victoria got me a hoodie and a compression shirt, and then I had some. The thing is, I don't like pants that have an elastic at the ankles. That bothers the shit out of me. Yeah.
I don't know why people do the gray sweatpants.
Yeah. Also, too, gray sweatpants. I'm like, number one, okay, I got a big wiener. I'm still not. I don't know what you guys are all like gray sweatpants. I'm like, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
like, they're looking at people's wieners.
Like, look at me. I don't need to wear gray sweatpants. I think you can assume. Like, I'm 6'6". Even if it's like just like compared like works with my body, it's already going to be like, you know, so
a problem. That's just
a
problem.
You don't feel it. But
right in the tonsils. Yeah.
Right in the tonsils.
But no, but that's why I'm like, yeah, it's just weird. Also, too, like the amount of people who are that do weird shit, man. Because I've been walking on a track right by my house. It's very enjoyable. But like I also will like walk some of the track backwards.
Yeah.
Which is it really does like work different muscles and stuff. It's actually pretty good for your hamstrings and stuff. It feels good. But also people look at me like I'm a psychopath, which I'm like totally okay with.
Yeah, but there was like 50-50 there gonna look at you that way anyways. You're just walking backwards.
I mean, right? So yeah.
It's funny. It's so funny. It's just so like you're walking more and all that stuff, and it's just like it's very rocky and like I'm Dolph. Like you're walking in circles and backwards and on the track and shit. Where does Kyle walk? Oh, he walks on the boardwalk and by the beach. And
there you go. Yeah. I'm Dolph Lundgren and you're Rocky, moving boulders and breaking wood. Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm in like the most beautiful landscape and just walking through and fucking I have to worry about goose shit. And the fact is, it is slippery when wet, and my shoes have zero tread. So there's that. But other than that, it's just funny how like it's like, oh, such a beautiful thing, and he doesn't have to walk as much because he has less to achieve. And it's funny how much I have achieved through walking. When as a personal trainer, I'm just like, if you're walking, why not run and shit? But now I'm just like, you know what? The walking does do so much, and it's way easier to like convince yourself to fucking do it.
Yeah,
which is really the goal. I'm like, Jordan Peterson got me doing it. It wasn't first off, I'm just like, all right, I'm in the house all day doing fuck all, so I might as well go out. And then also nature and stuff like that. But it was just like, go for a fucking walk, asshole. And then I started going. It was a task so small that I could get myself to do it. And then and then I would meditate at the rocks. And then I'm like, how close is the beach? And then I walked to the beach, and then I kept walking. And then my cousin was here, and she was in Liberty Village. And eventually I walked like halfway there. Then we came all the way back here, and then we walked all the way to Liberty Village. And after that was like 12 miles, so that's like 20K.
Yeah.
And and then I took a streetcar part of the way home because I took the wrong streetcar. And then like there was an A and a B, and one gets you like, it was still another, like I had to walk another mile, and I'm just like, and then after sitting, I'm like, fuck. Like, I was just like visibly like, okay, the walk can be over now. Like, you're just like, I've achieved more than I cared. It's like one of those days where you like break a record and you're like, yeah, there's no point in trying that again.
Yeah.
Like, my buddy at the gym, he was saying, like he was military, right? And so he was in like Afghanistan, and they challenge each other. And it was like to a point where they were doing like burpee contests or whatever. And then like a dude got to like 1,000.
What?
Yeah. And then they're like,
that's stupid.
Stop. Like, it's just like nobody's ever going to do that again either. Like, but I don't know how it was going. And obviously there was breaks or whatever, probably. But like, yeah, like it's just like, all right, that's enough now.
well, this is the thing is like I need to get small enough so that I can do like push-ups and burpees and like jumping exercises, and that's gonna like I'm gonna start trying to focus on calisthenics. But I'm like, but the walking has been very good. Like my knees are feeling a lot more durable, which is good. But you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Hey, do you have any blisters on your toes?
No.
Nah, damn it.
I have shoes that fit.
Is that why that is? Is that because I have it? I have it on the bottom on my on one of my toes.
Okay, well that's just somehow it's rubbing and it's consistent. You can get It's funny, they're really expensive, but don't get them. Anyways, I had a problem with my toe rubbing my steel toe, and they have these little they're not like toe socks, but they're just covers for your toes, and then you put a sock on top. So it's like a little extra
double layer.
Yeah. But they were like silly expensive, but I bought magic mitts and cut the fingers off and used those for a fucking $1. And you get 10. Yeah. Because I didn't use them on all the toes. Like it only affected some were just toes rubbing each other. So you really only have to put one on one, like the middle one. And then you put one on like the big toe because, I had to use these every day. So
yeah. Makes sense.
So I had like 30 of them and whatever, and they go back, like they need to get thrown out and shit too.
Oh, for sure.
And you put them in a bra bag, and that's how you wash them in the washing machine. Otherwise, they'll fucking go
science.
Yeah,
there you go.
You know, maybe don't know what a bra bag is. Anyways,
people who don't have delicates. That's simple.
Well, I'm sure they own a bra.
Why would I own a bra? I don't have tits. Sir.
Not you, asshole. Mm-hmm. I've taught women. I'm like, oh, you put in a bra bag. They're like, what's a bra bag? I'm like,
women that don't know what a bra bag is?
Yeah. Because they just throw their shit in the laundry. And that being said, this woman probably didn't need it as much. But it was more of a suggested thing. Anyway.
Poor thing. Well, anyway. That will happen.
But yeah, it's funny. I'm so much against walking. I love how you are like so. Well, your goals don't fit. They're more like they're like the most unachievable things. Like the strength you want is not the strength that is like based for your build. Like you should be like bodybuilding, like weightlifting, like power.
Yeah.
But you want to be like, I want to be like the rock climber, who those guys pound for pound are like the fucking strongest. But like that takes like decades to build that kind of shit. And it's like kind of strength I want to, but it's just like I understand what it takes to get to there.
Yeah.
Full body contractions. Like,
yeah.
Like all all of their things is like holding a plank the entire time with your entire body. So like that's the kind of weird shit that you want. And yeah, it's super impressive. You know why it's super impressive? Because it's fucking
hard.
Yeah, and it's like in jiu-jitsu, in Brazil, they just give you belts. Like, and they only have 5 belts. So between belts, you have long wait. But in Canada, North America and shit, they give you stripes, right, on the belt. It's like an interim report card. Like, it's like bullshit, but it's like us needing trophies along the way because we're not satisfied. Like, it's like, oh, you're doing good, champ. Keep going. And so I try to like not want that.
I'm sorry. You saying champ was one of the greatest things I've ever heard. Nice. That was fantastic.
Oh,
anyway, continue.
You go in sport. You little whippersnapper.
You'd be the worst gym teacher ever. It'd be great.
Yeah. I remember in high school, some kids like, hey, look at me teach, and he was like in plank, like he was in like push-up position, but really he was just like fucking the floor, like he wasn't like pressing his arms down. And I didn't say anything, but it was like, and he was like a grade below me, so it was like kind of funnier.
Oh yeah,
like we just happened to be in the gym at the same time. So I was like, okay, kid, maybe maybe realize what you're actually doing.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. But no, that stuff is insane. And those are the iceberg things. This is like you have to do that with 0 to no like results, like visible, tangible results for like so long before you get like this crazy just superpower type stuff. So
yeah.
Where they're like holding themselves on one thing and the other shit's not even attached, like that crazy TikTok shit.
You saw that too, bro, and it was fucking cool. Hey,
I know what you want, and I know that it's fucking cool, but like also for our sizes, it's insane. And for your size, it's all like you should just work on getting like massive. Like you should be 300 pounds the other way, right?
Yeah. Well, so this is the thing is like the poundage I want to be like 265, but I don't want to have a belly, which is massive, right? Like, so even for my, this is the thing is like, the dimensions for the perfect, body is your neck, bicep and, calf measurements should be identical. So, hey, 19 and a half, 17. Fuck. So,
I've always had like very impressive calves, which is funny because people like really, it's funny because like people just can't develop them. And I'm good with those. Then, that's interesting. I haven't weighed, but like I know I have a 19-inch neck, and it's funny. My neck is big. But like my arms and legs are fairly, I think they're fairly equal. I don't think they're as big as my neck necessarily.
No, they're not.
They're defined though, so I'm good.
Eat shit, Kyle. How about that? You fucking asshole.
Well, no, but like, see, the thing, what was crazy to me is when you're like, I hit because I was still like starting to train and shit. Like this was early on, but I'm just like, shit. I'm now like, I have to cut weight to be a heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, and now I can be, I can make a light heavyweight, I guess, with water and whatnot. Because I'm down to just, we'll call it 230, even though I'm just sub 230. But I just ate like all but 3 pieces of a large pizza. So.
Oh, you dirty slut, you.
Yeah, that's also the biggest. That's also like 2 days worth of meals compared to what I've been eating. So like it's calorically, it was the first time I put food in my body.
Yeah, no, but you are, and that's why I'm like, I'm trying to exercise just to make sure that I'm, I live longer, basically. So, and everything has said the same is number 1, you have to move, keep on fucking moving. And that's why I'm like, that's like my feet hurt, but I'm like, I don't care. I'm building tougher feet. That's all I'm doing.
See, well, it's because you're heavy. I'm heavy too, but like I guess
Thanks a lot, Kyle. I really appreciate you pointing out that kind of stuff. It really resonates with me. Thank you.
No, but I'm just because my hips and shit, my hips hurt because I'm a big dog, and it's funny. Like my legs, like I'll sit lotus style and shit, and then I'll realize that I'm just like I'm 40, and then it hurts afterwards. But like I can still do it, and then I think nothing of it, but then I'll sit on the rocks for a while, and I'll like, hey, my body's not built for sitting on rocks. But it's I like to be there. That's why I try to meditate and fail recently more than ever. No, it's just I was thinking about like 265 pounds. It's just like, okay, that can look a lot of ways, but do you want to look like Brock Lesnar, or do you want, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, I have to cut weight to be like to fight Brock Lesnar. How insane is that? Like he would cut weight to get to 265, and
yeah, like I gotta. That's the thing is like right now I think I'm around 290, but I'm like I'm not like at the same time like I'm also doing 20,000 steps a day. Like I can't not eat. That's like I want to start experimenting with fasting as well, but I'm not sure that I can recover in time to walk one day to row. But this Saturday, we have that course, so I may not be able to get my steps in, but instead I think I'm gonna try and do a fast from the day before.
Have you added up how far you are ahead?
What do you mean?
I think you should because I know that I know you want your 20,000 a day and like in that day. And since there's a good chance you may fail, just fail to achieve that because of life.
Yeah.
I still want you to at least get your are you over? You're probably over by 20 by now. Like you always
almost. So like right now, okay, so let's go here.
But you're still not gonna do a 0 day. You wouldn't even accidentally do a 0 day. You'd still probably get like,
Yeah. So like right now, if I go to the calendar here, so right now I'm at 224,000 steps. Just for everyone listening. So 224. So minus 12 puts me at 212, and I should be at 200. So I'm like 12,000. I have banked 12,000 steps.
So divided by 12.
What do you mean?
Oh wait, I don't know.
No. So okay, right now, what I'm doing, if I subtract today, I'm on day 10. Okay. So if I minus today's steps, I'm at 212,000 steps.
Okay.
And I should be at 20,000 a day because I'm day 10 is less, right? So yeah.
So you'll be at 200,000. So you have 12,000 overage.
Yeah. 12,000 banked.
Yeah. So okay, and this is Saturday. So you need to bank more, or is it just the one day?
Just the one day. Just
Saturday. I thought you had like Saturday, Sunday thing.
No, just Saturday.
But that being said, how long is this course?
It's only for the day, so I'm gonna try and get out first thing. Like I'm gonna try and get out in the morning. Like
how long is it that day?
From 10:30 to well, we got to leave at like 9. 9. Yeah, if we got to leave at 9, and then it's done at 4:30. So I'll still be able to get in like 10, 15.
You might be able to. You do, yeah. I kind of want you to. If it was like a week, that's if it's one day, I think you should push and try to get.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try and get it. I'm gonna try and get it. The only problem is that we are gonna be visiting a friend, so I might just go over and say, "Hey, you guys have some girl time? I'm gonna go walk around the block."
Yeah.
And then just go for a walk in their area and be like, whatever, right?
Yeah, it's funny that
not much I can do
for you, Serge. I want a Fitbit, but I'm poor. But I use my phone, my Google Fit. So
I'm pretty sure that I have one, but I'm like I can't find where the fuck it is. And Victoria said that she had one, but she hasn't. I don't know if she's looked or if she can't find it. I don't know what's happening. But
I had some bullshit one that I was like, I ordered Chinese something, and it gave me the watch instead of what I actually wanted, or what. So, but I don't know where that is and never really used it.
See, because what I really want is I want my phone to start tracking my sleep and everything, but I don't want to pay like $300 for a watch, like a Samsung watch that goes to my phone, because I'm like, yeah, that's insane. I don't want I don't need that kind of shenanigans.
You can get things that work with Fitbit and stuff for like 30, 40, less than 100. I do want a Google Pixel watch, but like I'm nowhere near affording that. Maybe if I book a few more things.
Yeah.
I have to get a car, so like I don't.
Yeah, well, so if I just see an FYI is the month of June where I walked a lot, but I did have some days where the entirety of my steps were let's see, the lowest is 1,209 steps for the month of June, but for the entire month I actually walked 172,000 steps. But then in July, it's day 11, and I'm already at 224. So I'm already killing it.
Yeah. See, my May is okay. So I essentially started tracking May 8th. That's when I downloaded the app. May 8th, I had 1,300. Anyways, so I didn't walk. So obviously, I walked like. I didn't track, but I was walking in May, like the early month, so the first 8 days or whatever. But my May ended up at 195,000, and that was missing 7 days.
Just so you know, in the month of May, my entire month of May was 79,000, but May 17th, okay, I had 287 steps. Just so you understand, okay, what kind of a person you're dealing with here.
And then my June was, so May was 195. My June was 281. Holy fuck. What happened that day? The 15th. When did I have my surgery? All right. Yeah, I think this was surgery related. One day I had like 738 steps. However, May 9th, 23,307. That was when I walked to Liberty Village.
Fitbit battery life rocks. I don't want a smartwatch that needs charging. 100%. So a Fitbit, but does a Fitbit communicate all the same information, Serge? Because
you didn't sign them up to like the app I have, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, think about that. Okay, so we're now 11 days into July.
Yes.
I'm at 137,000. So like I'm almost in 11 days, I've almost beaten May. Like, yeah. So if I'm like
in 11 days, I beat everything I've ever done in the history of my walking life. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's insane.
Nice.
There's also an insane record of how little you walked over the years.
I feel like that's focusing on the wrong stuff there, Kyle, you fucking asshole.
You're like, it's
rude. It even tracks sleeps. Okay, so yeah, that was the other thing, is that my Samsung will track, like when I put my phone down to charge for the night, and then when I pick it up in the morning, it says, "Oh, was this the time you're sleeping? Do you want us to report this?" And I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I'm lazy, so I'd rather a watch just do it for me. Because
I have see, my Google like dock is supposed to like be able to do shit like that, like my home thing. But like I don't know, you have to like set it up and shit. But I don't know. And I'm like, how does it know?
There's also too. There's a lot of technology that we do not use to its full effect. So I'm like, that's why I kind of want to do that, because that way I can kind of get some return on the whole. Well, I'm addicted to using my phone. Might as well get some benefit from it, you know?
Oh, definitely.
I feel that's what we've gotten a little off track of the topic of luck, Kyle. A little bit.
That was about we're lucky we're alive. There we go.
I mean, we're the Great Danes of people. You more so than I. Listen, I'm more like a husky, and you're a Great Dane. I feel like that's a decent comparison.
That's accurate. I do consider myself the Great Dane of people. There's except the Danish. No.
Except the Danish. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Where my cousin lives.
Fair enough.
I would like to go. She's so upset. It's been raining all week, and it's like 16 degrees and shit. She's not.
Yeah.
That is not the summer she wants.
Google bought out Fitbit, by the way. Oh, so then it should work with your app anyway.
Yeah. I'm sure it would. I just need.
You got to find it now. You got to be a sporto, Kyle, and be like, "Oh, this is my Fitbit."
Dude, I did CrossFit. You think I haven't seen those people? Like, I know it's funny.
You are those people.
No, but people, it's so funny. I'll like know people for years, and they're like, "You do CrossFit?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't need to tell everybody all the time, and I don't care."
Yeah.
And I also did, like, people won't even know I fought, and like, it's funny because I've done all this shit, and it's like all I want is the story, but it's like I won't even tell you the story because I just want to have done it for me. Like, it's not about you. Like, I like it for me, and then I'll tell, and it's fun, and people are like all excited, and oh, that's cool. I'm like, all right, yeah.
You heard it here, people. Kyle is so selfish. He doesn't even want to share his life experiences with you. Go fuck yourself. That's
no, it's all for the tell-all, man. And the shortest the least selling book in history.
Why? Why do you have to do that?
Somebody will buy it. It'll be called Life of Giant. You'll be edited out, sir. It's not about you.
And magically, Kyle had friends. It was fantastic. No one knew why. Just magically, Kyle had friends.
Yeah, that's because he doesn't.
Kyle, that's not what I thought, you asshole. Anyways, this has been Life of Giants. Luck is what you make of it. Have a great day, everybody.
Maybe we'll talk about that subject one day.
Maybe, probably not. That's not how this works.